Thank you very much to attend this presentation. My name is Claude Turatsinze and I'm working in this company, as you know. And my boss asked me to present about stress. But how do you cope with stress? This is a question that someone may ask every day. We are going to be talking about stress, and we will define what is a stress. I will also tell you about my body reaction about stress. We will explain different terms related, like optimism, self-efficacy, and hardness. We will proceed our presentation with giving specific kinds of stresses that arise in my work. We will also reflect on our experiences when we are dealing with stress successfully or unsuccessfully. Finally, we will describe some tips, some strategies that we may use to manage stress in our life. The author Seeley in 1956 has defined stress as a physiological responses that occur when our organs fail to respond appropriately to emotional or physical threats. So we meet with different situations that occurs in our life. Some of them are good and pleasing, but others are dangerous, others are nervous causing, others are anxiety causing. So those dangerous situations that we face in our life may cause us what we call stress, and when we meet with them, our body sometimes fails to respond appropriately to them, and that is where stress arises. In my work life, sometimes I meet with stress, and the body reaction, of course, may seem to yours, but differently people react on stress in different ways. My body reaction on stress is characterized by getting hot. When I met with stress, my body becomes sometimes hot. I also bring some sweets on the face, some little sweets on the face. Sometimes also I become less concentrated on other things, but rather on that situation that is causing me stress. So that is how my body reacts on stress. You may also be having some same characteristics on stress, but someone's body reactions differ from one another, but they may have some similar characteristics. Following, let us discuss about different terms that related about stress, and which can also help us to manage or come from stress. The first topic is called optimism. The author Sternberg in 2011 has defined as optimism as a general tendency to expect that only positive outcomes will happen in your life. This is a behavior of thinking and expecting good results, good things to happen to you. You are there sitting there, you don't think about negative things to happen, but rather good things to happen, positive things to happen that are pleasing. So this is about being optimism. So many people are having this characteristic, this character, which is a good character, thinking about positive goods, but also working towards them to get them. We also talk about self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is also another term that is related to the behaviors of people. This is a belief in our ability to carry out actions that produce desired outcomes. You may be sitting somewhere and you may be thinking about a given action that you want to take, but you want to take that action because you want a desired outcomes, good outcomes. So this is being self-efficacy. You do things that you want the result to happen related to what you want. So this is Also, hardness is also another term that relates to both people's behavior and how they can cope with stress. So hardness is the ability to be positive overall about the stressful events. When we meet with stress, we may think that it's not over. That is how we can cope with stress. It's not over. We have ways to cope with that stress and eliminate it. So hardness is also the ability to be positive about an event that is stressful to you. If you have this behavior, it is so easy to you to cope with stress. Explain why it's important to manage stress. Of course, it is important to manage stress. Stress is causing different consequences when it continues. But if it comes, it will be good to manage it. According to slideshare.net by Neema Shai, stress is a fact of life, means that we most often experience stress. Although it is a fact of life, we need to come up ways of coping with it so that we gain our normal abilities, our normal strength to continue our works. So by Shah Mena, we have why it is important to manage stress. The first reason is mood. Mood become more stable. When we are dealing, we are able to manage stress. Our mood becomes more stable. If a stressing event comes to you and you manage it, you become more stable. Thoughts become clearer. You also become clearer in your thoughts when you have successfully managed the stress. It is important then. Relationship, it also improves. You cannot have a good relationship while you are having stress. This is good to manage stress so that your relationships get improved. Also, risk of illness diminishes. We have seen that continuous stress may cause illness, but if you manage it, the illness risk diminishes. Explain specific kinds of stress that arise in my own work. In my work, as I work up, I also have some physical stress. One kind is physical stress. Physical stress is mostly associated with hard work. And for example, if I wake up in the morning and then I work during the night at 18, for example, at that time I'm exhausted. But with less energy, I feel exhausted, and that may cause me stress because of long hours of working. So mental stress. Mental stress is also another stress that I used to face, but it is mostly related with anxiety, worries, and long hours of working, as I said. This also can be is also a stress kind that I met in my work life. Emotional stress is also a kind of stress that I made, though I easily cope with this kind of stress, but also it arises and is caused by anger, and that may be caused by other people around my community, sadness, something like that. Reflect on your experience dealing successfully or unsuccessfully with stress. As I told you, I met with those different kinds of stress, but some of them are successfully coped and others are unsuccessfully coped. While I was a student at Kepler, it was in the last year, 2014, I was highly stressed when I was supposed to type 50 words per minute. And then something that stressed me is that if I don't meet the goal of 50 words per minute, I will be having stipend deduction. It stressed me then, and it was hard to overcome this stress. For the first time, I failed because of pressure worries, and which diminished my energy to continue to type well. For the second time, I tried to use like self-efficacy, optimism, hardness. These terms have helped me to cope with this stress. I say that I will have good results. I will type 50 words per minute so that I can meet a goal. This is what I created in myself, and I get energy to type well on my machine. Then I made the goal. It was hard for the first time, but for the second time, I did it. By the end of our presentation, let us discuss on strategies for managing and responding to stress. It is good to respond to stress effectively. Some of the strategies are expressing your feelings. Some people do not love to express their feelings, but it is one of the best strategy to manage stress. If you have stress, you express your feelings. Maybe people around you will help you solve the problem that you have. Sleeping enough. It is also good to sleep enough so that you can have a rest, your body increase energy. You will also develop positive thinking and optimism. This is also a strategy to reduce stress in your life. You have to think positively. You have to be optimistic. You need to think in a way that it is helping your body to grow spiritually. This was my presentation. I would like to thank you very much to follow this presentation. And in fact, you have any question, you may also communicate to me so that I can help you about dealing and coping with stress. Thank you very much.